All right, we are live. Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday, February 14th, 9:10 a.m. and about -7 degrees Celsius outside. And I am here at Jelly Bean's favorite place. This is a Starbucks. And now that we're up and running, I'm gonna get up and head outside. Hello, I like to walk. Harjot, Rocky Rambo, Vivian Johnson, Sheena Roberts, Mary W., John Nicholson, Estelle is here, Mark Pittman, happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for tuning in. There I am. Estelle is here. Oh, got it. Hold on. All right, I've got my chat in hand, so we're pretty much ready to get up and get going here. Mike Landry, $2. Mike Landry, thank you so much. Whoops, just give me 1 second. We're gonna get out of here. I don't want to be a litter bug. It's so cold out. I just wanted to set my stream up from inside. But thank you, Mike Landry, for the super chat, and happy Valentine's Day to everyone. This is King and Shaw. Oh. Betty is here, Zach McNally, Gillian, Lowell, Whitby Dude, Critical. I have somehow made the chat full screen on my phone. I don't know how I did that. I've been meaning to do that for a while, try to configure it like that. Just make sure I got my wallet and keys in my pocket. It says -7. It doesn't feel that cold. There's the 504 King Street car, so if you can't guess, we are up. Lisa says you're at King and Shaw at 9:13 a.m. Congrats. Yeah. Normally when I do the morning live streams, they start a little bit later. One of the reasons for that is it gives people on the West Coast a chance to wake up and see it. But another reason is I am lazy and tend to sleep in. This is very rare. Jeanette Morales, $30. Happy Valentine's Day, Johnny and pals. Thank you so much, Jeanette. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Jeanette. My last live stream died when my iPhone hotspot decided to nuke itself, so I've got my camera connected to my iPhone for the controls, but the hotspot is coming from my Galaxy S20, so a little bit of an experiment. But if this one dies, I will resume the stream just on my iPhone, so I apologize. A bit of an experiment in the settings. Lisa commends my effort. Hi Johnny, do you have a favorite movie? No. It's too early in the morning for questions. But we're heading west on King Street West. We're heading east, sorry. East on King Street. I'm very much still waking up. I had to come down into this area this morning. I actually had a lift ordered from my house. So that's the real reason for this. I didn't get up and take the transit here or anything. I literally just rolled out of bed and hopped into a car. Thank you again, Mike. Thank you, Jeanette. Happy Valentine's Day. Recovered from my jet lag. Getting there. I slept around midnight last night. I watched Tokyo Vice. Well, the first episode of season 2. Sheena Roberts, 5 pounds. What a beautiful morning. Thank you, Sheena Roberts. I don't know if beautiful is the word I would use. I would say cold. But thank you, Sheena Roberts, for the 5 pounds. I almost ended the live stream right there. I'm going to do my sweater up a little bit more. He says boss just gave her a Sephora gift card. Maple Dubs is here. Marge is here. Aside from the live streams where I'm overseas, this is the earliest I think I've gone live. Morning, Yankee Traveler. 4K Happy Trails Buffalo live stream. A little something to warm your heart from the other side of the big pond we call Lake Ontario. 4K Happy Trails Buffalo live stream. Thank you so much for the $5. Sorry, it's a little harder for me to operate the camera with these gloves on, but hope you're doing well from Western New York. This is Stanley Park coming up on the right. I don't really have a plan in mind for this one. We're just kind of walking east. Morning, Brett. Peter Bradfield, 199. Good morning on Ash Wednesday and first day of Lent. Maybe I'm what they would call an ignoramus, but I am out of the loop on both of those things. But thank you, Peter Bradfield, thank you for the 199. Ash Wednesday and first day of Lent. Got some Googling to do. Trying, if you do a bus ride video, which route would it be? I don't know. Something up in Scarborough. This is Stanley Park. I seem to recall not too long ago streaming over the Garrison Crossing, so maybe we'll skip that on this one. But we'll get a view of the tower. JS, where did you get your JS hat? Oh, a viewer sent this to me, I think about 2 years ago. I just wanted to mix it up. I wore my gray merino wool hat yesterday. My yellow one is actually in the laundry hamper. Stanley Park is also on the north side of King Street. Do I recommend moving from Montreal to Toronto? You're paying $1,200 for a 2-bedroom. In that case, no. $1,200 for a 2-bedroom is fantastic, providing it ticks all the boxes you need. But a 2-bedroom here will cost you closer to $3,000. Well, just two dreamers living a life. That streetcar's going to Parliament. Mods, you can unhide Lisa's comment. I don't know why that was auto hidden. If cost of living were comparable, I still don't know if I would say Toronto. Okay, so we just had a disconnection. I apologize for that. There seems to be some issues with the latest firmware. But my new setup here, my old setup, I lost the stream when that happened. This time at least I was able to resume it, so thank you for sticking with me. Maple Dub says they're moving to Florida, but will still watch my content. If it cuts out again like that, what I'm going to try doing is disconnecting the wireless microphone. I have a feeling that is part of the problem here. There's too many wireless connections going on. Mary W says they had a power failure this morning. It is 9:23 a.m. We are not downtown yet. That'll be upon us once we get across Bathurst Street. Greetings, Yankee Traveler. I love Toronto and like to live there permanently. Dopey Tripod saying hello, good morning. I like Toronto. But I gotta say, it was kind of nice waking up in 30-degree weather. As little as a week ago. Diener says Toronto sucks. I'd like to hear where you live. Some depressing car-centric suburban sprawl nightmare. Vivian Johnson, $10. Happy Valentine's Day, boss. And for getting up so early. Thank you, Vivian Johnson, for the $10. Happy Valentine's Day to you. You call me the boss, I call you the boss. Calvin Jones says Toronto is the best city in Canada for a walking channel. I think so. It's the one with the most content in terms of just its size, the amount of neighborhoods. And if you notice, most of the walking channels kind of stick to the downtown core and to Midtown and just some of the busier areas, but there's so much more to Toronto than that. Montreal, I would say, is a not so close second. Yankee Traveler says Toronto is the best. Maybe not in terms of quality of drivers. Our Lyft got cut off and almost into like 3 accidents on the way. I say our, I mean mine. Today is the day YouTube was founded. Was it the day that Me at the Zoo was uploaded? Maple Dubs. Unfortunately, that's kind of common sentiment. To be honest, if it weren't for my rent-controlled apartment, I would probably be echoing the same. People shouldn't have to win the housing lottery to be able to afford life. But had I have chose to rent a condo off of someone instead of a building or a unit in an established rental, I have to wonder how my life would have turned out. I might have paid comparable rent at the start, but things might be quite different. And there used to be a very popular night spot. Metrolink's already gutting this building and preparing for a subway station that probably won't appear for well over a decade. Wow, you get an interesting view. Inside that building, try to stay out of the hair of those construction workers. That's kind of neat. Do I prefer 2019 Toronto or nowadays Toronto? Maybe 2019 Toronto. I think something about the pandemic made people forget how to behave in public. They certainly forgot how to drive. And we lost a lot of good businesses that we shouldn't have lost. Not just businesses, but other venues. There's the King Portland Center. That is new. I think the other side of that is where Lee Restaurant now is, if I'm not mistaken. And there's where Lee Restaurant used to be. It's always nice to see a development clad in brick, not just the standard all glass look. Brett says 1985 Toronto. Dobie says, did you see that Ontario is switching to automatic license plate renewal? Yeah, that's because over 1 million people, just because they didn't have to pay for it, assume they still didn't have to renew their license. There is Earl's. That was our premier trying to appeal to his voter base by removing the license plate renewal fee, something no one really complained about. Another boondoggle similar to his buck of beer promise. But whatever, that should have been probably automated and done online. You don't need a physical sticker on the back of a license plate. Cops can just scan it anyways and see if it's up to date. Ooh, that one is going to short turn. Where did it say? Oh, it doesn't. To Leslie. That's still going a pretty good way. And we're at 287 viewers. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Valentine's Day. Good morning. We're not going to get the normal viewership numbers just because I started so early. Oh, there's a guy on a bike in the middle of the streetcar track, just blocking the streetcar. And instead of moving over into the bike lane, he is just staying in the middle of the streetcar tracks. And then I don't know what is rattling between people's ears these days, but it's not much. There's the keg. What's the current temperature in Toronto? It is -7. We've got full-ass proper winter weather today. Marge, $10 for some Tim's and a Dutchie to warm me up. Marge. Thank you so much for the tenner. Tim's and a Dutchie. I'll have to pick that up on my way home. There is a chance I might do another live stream later tonight of the indoor variety. Am I wearing flip-flops? No. Good morning, Gaby and Derek C. What is Tim's and a Dutchie? Tim's is Tim Hortons, that Canadian institution. Should I say that Brazilian-owned Canadian institution? And a Dutchie is a classic donut that was discontinued and they've temporarily brought back. It's one of my favorites, so I'm glad it's back. But I will say I had a Tim's chocolate dip the other day. And you might recall like a week and a half ago in Bangkok, I had a Tim's chocolate dip, and they're not even the same donut. They're beyond compare. The one in Bangkok was frankly phenomenal, and the one here was meh. Jelly Bean says there's never Dutchies when you go. Hopefully that's a good sign that they need to bring them back full time. There's Patagonia. I almost got my crossbody bag from Patagonia for traveling, but I ended up going with one from Lululemon of all places. I'm actually quite happy with that. Whippy Dude asking if I had my morning smoothie. Yes, woke up, rolled out of bed, morning smoothie, brushed my teeth, and out the door. Gaby says blueberry cruller. I remember their honey crullers. Patagonia or MEC, says Clem. Old MEC, if you can turn back time. The current version's really just kind of an outdoorsy department store. Tim's has committed 150 new stores in South Korea. Korea is a coffee hotbed, and Dunkin' Donuts is quite popular in Korea. So I can see that working. I'm gonna take my keys out of my back pocket there. Digging into my leg. There we go. Whoop. Sorry guys, I just lost my chat. There you go, I got it back. Through the power of using my nose. There's look north up Spadina, up towards Chinatown. It is Dunkin' Donuts in Toronto. There used to be one way back in the 90s, but I think it was over on the East End. No, you will not find any Dunkins around here. Sadly, you won't find any Arby's around here. I could go for some of their curly fries and a roast beef sandwich. There's a streetcar turning out. Jelly Bean says Arby's in Aurelia. Yeah, there's an Arby's in Niagara Falls as well. Looks like those guys were carrying wrapped up bouquets of flowers. There's a really good Thai restaurant in that building there, straight ahead, called Cowson Road. You might recall I was on Cowson Road about 2 weeks ago, celebrating my friend's birthday, eating a disgusting scorpion. Greetings, Brett and John. Jeanette. Plenty of Dunkins in Houstonia, but no Arby's. Sounds pretty dystopian over there. Airport Road and Dixon. That one doesn't ring a bell. The field snakes looked pretty gross. All of it looked pretty gross, if I'm to be honest. Since we're down this way, can we cross the street and pop into the LCBO? You know, I still have an LCBO gift card from Jeanette for my birthday in my back pocket. I think there's about $9 left on it. From when Jeanette was in town and she co-starred in a video. Will I be going to the Enchanted Lights at Mel Lastman Square? I don't even know what that is, Mark D. I'll have to look that up. The last time I went to Mel Lastman Square was for a Christmas market that was falsely advertised as being open, and it wasn't. And I still posted the video anyways. Greetings, Stephanie Gray. 358 viewers. Just a reminder to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Hit the bell if you want to be notified when I go live next. Hopefully I'll be going live tomorrow. That is the plan. Tomorrow afternoon. I'll be attending the auto show. I almost said audio show. It is media day. I'm going to skip all the meetings and stuff and just go for when it's an open floor. I'll make a video and then we'll fire up a live stream. Might not be the longest live stream, but I think it'll be fun. It says snow live stream. When I woke up this morning and I looked at the rooftops of the buildings across the street from me, they were all covered in snow. This area is called Restaurant Row, but there's not as many restaurants here as there once was. What's new and exciting at the 2024 car show? You know, I am guilty of not really looking into it. I'll probably be researching it on the subway on my way over. There's Hey Lucy. That's been a staple of this area for a while. And this Indian restaurant on the second floor is quite good. I remember spending a number of company lunches there. We're at, whoa, nice driving. King and John. Shim Son. I miss Toronto. I've been there 5 years ago. Yeah, a number of big manufacturers weren't there last year, but they said there's going to be more this year. That's all I know about it. Either way, I'm not a car guy. I'm not really going to notice or care if something is missing. I think it'll be a fun event. As we hit or get close to the financial district, who remembers the Peel Pub? It used to be right along this stretch. Apparently it's still alive and kicking in Montreal. Ooh, Toronto Fire. That's the district chief. Morning, Rosieland. What future construction projects am I looking forward to? Probably the two biggest ones. Down at the south end of Yonge and Bloor. Pinnacle and the One, both vying to be the tallest building in Canada. There's also like a pencil tower proposed in Yorkville that's kind of reminiscent of the towers overlooking Billionaires Row. And Manhattan, I think, looks kind of neat. There's the Ritz-Carlton with half of the CN Tower hiding behind it. Up to 42 likes now. Only 42 likes. If only we could see the dislike counter still. Silly YouTube, bring it back. Made no sense to take it away. As we near the financial district. Jelly bean disliked, thank you. Stace Rose Gotts is here representing the future 4th place finishing AL East team in 2024. Soto, my ass, you are finishing squarely in 4th place. The AL East will be the Baltimore Orioles first. You heard it here, folks. The Rays will be second. The Jays will squeak in with a wild card at third, maintaining status quo. The Spankies will be fourth, and the lowly Red Sox will pull up the rear. This official prediction is 100% guaranteed and certified. And we're at Simcoe Street. Chris Mills, Jacqueline, yeah, it's Valentine's Day. Apparently it's Ash Day and first day of Lent. What have the Rays and Jays done in the off season? They have both stayed significantly better than the Yankees, despite not really doing anything. I like how you don't even question the Orioles are going to be better. That team will be the class of the East for a few years, I think. Yankees got Juan Soto. Yeah, they got themselves an albatross. Yankee Traveler says, please read my... I can't really scroll up. I've got my gloves on here. Sorry guys, I can't see all the comments, but I try. Sometimes people write a question and then later they're like, hello, did you see it? And I'm like, there's nothing I can do, pal. I try. The Orioles will be good until like 2035. At least we have agreement there. RJ McKenzie, welcome. We have, I didn't think we were going to top 400 concurrent viewers just because I started so early, but we have. Thank you guys. Live here on the YouTubes from the Financial District. I've got something like pressing against my throat that is kind of tight and uncomfortable. at all these people wearing incorrect footwear. Jelly Bean, are you going to get a heart-shaped pizza for dinner? $5. Jelly Bean. No, I just ordered a pizza on Super Bowl Sunday. No pizza for me. But thank you so much, Jelly Bean, for the $5 and the support. Much appreciated. And you'll notice I started this live stream out from your favorite spot in the world. That's you for putting a hex for making fun of the Yankees? Well, I think Stanton will end up in a retirement home by the end of the season.
Okay, I just prompted.
Yeah, Friday. I'm going tomorrow. It's press day tomorrow. I know some people going Friday. Maybe. I'm probably going to go later, but it's going to be a zoo after Thursday. In the world, he's not wrong. Johnny, your favorite pizza joint in Toronto? Maybe we'll try it out next time in the 6th. I don't know. You can't really go wrong with north of Brooklyn. Like, I'm a basic B. I like myself Domino's just because it's so cheap. There's a place called Classico Louis that delivers in Midtown that's quite good. Honestly, Grazie restaurant in Midtown makes a pretty damn good traditional classic Italian pizza. There's a chain, Chibo, they've got a pretty good mushroom pizza. It's 11:50 p.m. in Korea. You have to go to bed soon. I forget how to say goodnight in Korean. Says been to north of Brooklyn, great pizza. I just wish there was one in Midtown. I have not with the dude. Uber has 52,000 drivers on the road. Last year, only 7% of drivers were on the road at a given hour, and 13% at the peak hour. Drivers drive where and when and if they want. There's a battle going on between rideshare and the city right now. The city is trying to limit the number of rideshares on the roads, but personal use automobile use in the city goes unchecked. I guess they're a little too afraid to piss off their suburban voting base. I think the issues with Uber and Lyft are more about are they being compensated and treated fairly, not that there's too many of them on the road. Dave Portnoy was at north of Brooklyn. He gave it 8.1 out of 10. Dehan was raving about Dave Portnoy. And we went to a place called Hops Brewhouse on the beach right next to the Gulf of Thailand. And Dehan said that was one of the best pizzas he's ever had. I had a slice of it. It was pretty fantastic. Filmed one of my first ever YouTube videos from way up in that building. I also spent 5 years of my life up there. It was actually a pretty good company, great group of people that I worked with. there's the TD Center. RJ Mackenzie says, is anyone doing anything special for Valentine's Day? It is possible I do a special live stream tonight. It's kind of a cold day. I don't really feel like making any more content today. I kind of feel like just going home and curling up in a ball. I already have a video made, edited, and uploaded for tomorrow. And then I've got another one after that. So I've got 2 in the bank. And I know tomorrow I'll be making an auto show video and a stream. So we're in pretty good shape. Jack Randall loves these TD buildings. They are classic. There's a similar complex in Chicago, as well as New York City. Just look up the Seagram building. But I think the Toronto one is the jewel of the collection, even though it's surrounded by imposter buildings that aren't vintage Mies van der Rohe's. We definitely got the best complex of the 3 cities. There's what it originally looked like. Designed by renowned architect Ludwig Mies van der Rohe with local firms of John B. Parkin Associates and Bregman plus Hammond, the TD Center is an outstanding example of the international style. You notice there's just 2 buildings there, but many have been added. Those 2 in the center are the original 2. This one here, bit of an imposter. Someone's going to tell me I got that wrong. Jennifer Gala, good morning. Americans see TD all over their cities and have no idea the T stands for Toronto. I think I was in Dominican when I saw like a Scotia Bank. Also, I haven't checked, but Bitcoin has been kind of surging. It's up over 50K USD, and the halving is approaching. FC says I got the towers right. One thing I'm guilty of is not fact-checking myself. When you record something in real time, a lot of YouTubers have the luxury of recording multiple scenes and making sure they get something right. I just do my videos as one long video, and if I don't re-watch it carefully or remember missing something, that will sometimes carry through into the video. And then the fact checkers will probably rightfully show up in the comments. Jordan Street, no exit to Yonge Street, January 2023 to June 2024. I bet most Torontonians couldn't even tell you what or where Jordan Street is. Well, they could tell you it's a street. 20 years ago, you saw Scotia Bank in Bangkok. My first experience in Bangkok was 17 years ago. I remember someone walking an elephant along Sukhumvit Road. That is not something you will see anymore. There's Jordan Street. Estelle loves that street name. Thank you, Whitby Dude. I'm not sure how true that is. This Starbucks is closed down to be revamped. And I imagine this little cafe across the street is benefiting tremendously from that. Morning, Hero Harmony. Still on King Street. I should make an effort to pronounce Thai. It's hard. I mean, if you really want to be anal about Thai pronunciation, it's not succumbit like every YouTuber says, right? It's succumwit. People were mentioning I didn't mention the T or D sound on Kosame. Well, when you hear it pronounced that way from someone and you repeat it and no one ever corrects you and you never hear it otherwise, that's just how you say it. Whenever someone travels, I give them a free pass over that type of thing. I don't claim to be an expert there. Jellybean says the Queen Starbucks is closed anyways. Did I feel safe in Bangkok? Yeah. It is a very, very safe part of the world. I have a friend who works there. Someone who actually I lost a Super Bowl bet to, who said he once had a gun pulled on him. But I don't really care for travel snobs overcorrecting people. Or when you go to an area and they're like, don't go there. I'm like, no, you should go there. Anytime you hear someone tell you don't go to somewhere, you should go there. That would be my advice. You hear that a lot with like Times Square in New York City. Don't go there, it's just a big tourist trap. Yeah, but there's nothing else like it in the world. You should go and see it and make up your own mind. Same with Toronto. People will be like, don't go to Yonge and Dundas. Or that city I went to with Dehan, Pattaya, that's one that people think is just like a big dirty brothel. And they're like, don't go there. It's actually a pretty awesome city and it's easy to get to. They have incredible food. That's only an hour away from Bangkok.
Alright, buddy. We'll probably catch it.
Does Johnny need coffee jelly? Coffee's gonna send me running to the loo, I think. Let's hold off on that for now. RJ McKenzie says Yonge and Dundas is lit. It's worth visiting. Hero Harmony says, but Def don't go to Times Square on New Year's Day. 100%. I thought you like wearing a diaper and standing around, but I've heard that about Khao Road in Bangkok too. Don't go there, it's not what it used to be. So just because it's not what it used to be means you shouldn't go there and experience it. Like, massive eye roll. Stephanie Gray says, I love the fact no litter. Here in New York City, litter abounds. Things are pretty clean here. No, I thought New York City was pretty clean too, though. It didn't strike me as being an overly dirty city. Dan J says, people have extreme views about Toronto, but I don't understand why they're so negative. Yeah, and people often complain about like the cost of living. Well, the rest of the country is damn expensive right along with it. The only difference is you have way more opportunity here. I wonder how downtown Yonge Square is doing. We're not going to be going there in this stream, probably. Maybe we'll end up there. RJ McKenzie says New York City is one big dump. I would disagree. I think it's pretty awesome. Johnny Strode's channel. Steve just came in from shoveling his driveway in Halifax. So we're now in the St. Lawrence neighborhood. Do you really think the cost of living is better in Toronto? It's a very expensive city, but there's also so much more opportunity, and the salaries for similar jobs are significantly higher here than other cities. So really it's an individual thing. But here you don't need a car, you can walk everywhere. The walkability is significantly better than any other city except for Montreal. You also have an international hub in Pearson Airport. A lot of times whenever I'm flying internationally from Pearson, I meet people waiting who flew from all over Canada to Pearson to connect to their flight. We're quite spoiled. We can just go there and hop on a plane and head over the ocean. They have much more limited options outside of Vancouver. Well, Vancouver going to Europe is a lot more limited. I don't know, there's pros and cons. I wouldn't trade living here for anywhere else on the continent. Does YouTube give a raise to its creators? Yeah, they do every November and December when advertisers want to pay more, because it's that time of year. And then January and February it goes tumbling down. JJ says, that's debatable. I could argue you could walk everywhere. You've been doing it all your life. You ever tried walking to the store in the suburbs? It is bleak and depressing, and you don't see anyone doing it. You also have far less to walk to. There's this idiotic narrative that 15-minute cities are evil, perpetuated by some of the stupidest people on the planet. 15-minute cities are empowering. Because guess what? You can still have a car. You can still get up and go wherever you want. You just also happen to have everything you need within 15 minutes of your doorstep. You're not being confined or given less freedom. You're actually given more. Oh, the Urbanity did an excellent video on that. Paul N says, any plans to return to Ottawa? Hopefully. Ottawa's really nice. I went there a few years ago. A Preacher says, go to the St. Lawrence. Lisa says, that is wild, the 15-minute cities conspiracies. Yeah, and those people are railing against government control. Well, guess what? Have you looked at what owning a car involves? Handing over all your personal information to the government, being licensed, being registered, being monitored. But for some reason, the 15-minute city conspiracists are A-okay with that level of control by the government, living somewhere where you have to have a car to get around. It's just nut job material. We are at George Street. Mark D says, when are you getting your YouTube play button? Well, I did say there might be a live stream tonight. I got a notification that a package is on its way. So it's possible I might show that off on a home live stream tonight. If not tonight, maybe Friday night.
I know, and I never paid attention.
Oh. How is Vancouver? I haven't been there anytime recently. But I was riding on a plane from Toronto to Amsterdam next to a guy from Alberta who was just non-stop railing on Toronto. He definitely had what you could call a hate boner for this city. He was a really nice guy. Have I ever been to the Caribbean? Oh, about 3 weeks ago. If you go to my recent videos and just scroll down a little bit, you'll see a few videos from the Caribbean. Clem met Steve Stavros at St. Lawrence Market. Oh yes, excellent driving. How do stop signs work? I don't know. Have you ever walked straight up Yonge with no subway? What's the furthest? Yeah, I've done it. I've done it from the lake up to Yonge and Eglinton a number of times, and in the other direction. I could have kept going, but I was kind of home. Have I ever been to PEI? I was out on the East Coast when I was a kid. I have not been there since, so I can't really comment. That is a very expensive store called Design Within Reach. You see that chair right in front of me at pretty much every high-end design store. Johnny, I should be a driving teacher. I shouldn't be teaching anything. I do not have the patience to be a teacher. Ironic, since I was a teacher in a past life. EQ3. Alright, we've been on King Street a while. Maybe we'll head south. Make Barbados my next destination. Or not. Let's stick to King for a few more blocks. Clemson's probably $5K for that chair, yeah. But you could probably get a dupe of that chair for less than half of that. Still waiting for my bike ride to the end of Yonge. Still waiting for someone to throw my bike in the back of their truck or van and take me up to the north end of Yonge so I can do that. And then just hope I don't get a flat tire until I'm at least in Thornhill. Double back to St. Lawrence. I'm thinking since it's Valentine's Day, maybe we'll check out the Heart at the Distillery District, and then we can turn around and come back past to St. Lawrence. Jellybean says I can take the YRT there with my e-bike. Don't get in the van unless they offer candy. Smarter words have never been typed in a YouTube chat. Oh, Love Park. Yeah, we should have gone to Love Park today. Love Park on Valentine's Day. Then I should have gone to the Heart at the distillery, but that would have been a whole load of cheesiness, wouldn't it? Will I make a video on Black Creek Pioneer Village? I'd be lying if I said I had plans on it. Johnny, let's finish up at Love Park. You don't know me very well, do you? I tend to finish up right in front of a subway station just to be efficient. Yeah, Jelly Bean, that's a little bit too cheesy. Take a swim at Love Park. Haven't they drained it for the winter? We are at Berkeley Street. There's another very expensive chair, no doubt. Let's go veer off of King Street for the first time all stream. House of Lancaster is still around asking for a friend. I believe Google Maps is your friend. Pop that name in there and you'll see it should pop up around Bloor and Lansdowne, just west of there, on the south side. Don't ask me how or why I know. We have arrived at Front Street East. Parking $15 all day. A little bit of PDA going on. The not so mean streets on the St. Lawrence Hood. This is a staging site for the Ontario line. Look at those nice blue skies today. I put freezing cold in the title, but I'm not feeling all that cold, to be honest. Buy some roses and hand them out? No. That's my response to that. Bill Johnson can see his building. He must be doing quite well to have an entire building. Ralph says no snow. We got snow overnight though. The rooftops across from me had a nice dusting of white snow on them. But it mustn't have been much, because there's none on the ground. At least that was the case up in Midtown. Alright, so I had this idea that my thumbnail would be a picture of this heart in the Distillery District. So maybe we'll go make that thumbnail happen. Whippy Dude says we're supposed to get snow tomorrow. Alright, I'm going to put the camera down. And attempt to make a selfie here. I wanted to come as far as here, ask someone to take my pic. Why, I can just do it myself. Selfie! There we go. Maybe we'll do one from the other side. Hopefully no one steals my streaming rig. Oh well. We'll see. Let me just check the delivery status of my package. That may or may not be my silver play button. Sorry, I can't see the chat right now. Manage delivery. Come on, FedEx, just tell me the status here. All right. My package is out for delivery. I'd kind of like to be home when that comes in. Michelle likes my pants. Thank you. All right, we're gonna head back in the opposite direction. We'll come stroll through the distillery another day. It's kind of empty. So we'll cut through Parliament Square Park. Mark D, $5. Happy Valentine's Day, Johnny. Mark D, thank you so much for the $5. Happy Valentine's Day to you and everyone else out there. I don't know about you guys, but my date tonight might be a live stream. There's also just the love locket. Yeah, I thought about that, where people attach their locks to the fence. That might be a better thumbnail opportunity, but I'm happy with that cheesy heart. I'm struggling to get my right glove back on. There we go. Thank you, Mark D. Thank you, Whitby Dude. Live stream where? From the comfort of home. If I do get it today, I might do that tonight, if I can stay awake. If not, maybe Friday night. This street here is the Esplanade. Am I going to spend Valentine's Day alone? No, I'm going to spend it with a few hundred people hanging out. Yeah, Bill Johnson. It's great that they've connected this all the way east there into the Canary District, and then it'll loop down onto Bayview, creating a pretty long... You could go down Bayview or you could go up River Street. So this will take you to two excellent options. They've done great work with this on the Esplanade. Interesting choice of the two-way, but it makes sense given that this is a one-way street. What it'll do is in a block we'll pop up to Front Street. I'm sure someone else is going to live stream Love Park today and or the Lockets at Distillery District. Uses three times a day, also connects to Dundas River and Shooter. Yeah, the bike network is definitely improving. Did I record a walk up Bayview to the Brickworks? I've done bike rides and scooter rides on that stretch of Bayview. It's not the best for walking videos, I would think. I kind of rely on my environment to trigger my talking points. That's really more of a corridor to move traffic quickly. But we could live stream up Bayview and do that walk. And then lose connection in the Brickworks probably. These kids are back in school, but I think Friday is family day, isn't it? Yeah, Dundas East Downtown has a nice wide, fully separated bike lane. This is quite good too. Virginia Wedlake, $20 with the like. Virginia Wedlake. Holy cow. Oops. No, I don't want to end the live stream. Thank you so much, Virginia Wedlake. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Thank you for the support. Let's go one more block over. There used to be a Sobeys just up there, a very expensive small one. I used to live just south of here at Longboat Avenue. Lisa says, needs more art. What do we have here? I don't know if this is art, but it's something. Speaking of which, there is a very art-themed walk in the pipeline coming up, already recorded. Let's take Lower Sherburne up to front. Midtown is getting better. They've cleared up much of the intersection of Yonge and Eglinton, but there are still dozens of projects going up east of Yonge Street. It is really a hotbed of construction. And we're starting to see west of Yonge a lot of development notices and projects go up. It's a major transit node. Perhaps one day in the next 200 years, the crosstown will open, probably long after Metrolinx is dissolved. This is a neat area to live. If you gifted me a condo in one of these buildings, I think I'd gladly live there. Or maybe I'd sell it and go retire in Thailand. Either or. That's a win-win situation. Lisa guesses she'll stay subbed for now. That used to be a gas station right there. They probably had to excavate and clean up all the soil. There's extra environmental work that has to go in when you build on a former site like that. Johnny, did I get anything for my mom for Valentine's Day? I gave her a phone call last night at like 10 p.m. If that isn't enough, then I don't know what is. I also missed her birthday when we were in Thailand on Khao Road celebrating my friend Dehan's birthday. Little did I know that was also my mom's birthday. And before you accuse me of being a horrible person, I forget every birthday, except for my own and my brother's, because his is on a holiday. Hey, Petrus, we're not going to go down to Love Park. Too cheesy. We already did the big part at the Distillery District. What does LLBO mean? It means Liquor License Board, I believe. What holiday? One where people dress up. Can I record a post-stream video to the park? No, I'm going home. I've got a FedEx package on the way I don't want to miss. I think that would be kind of a cheesy gimmick of the video. Love Park on Valentine's Day. I'm just gonna go stand and look at a big heart with no water in it. That'll really pull in the views. It's not really a day you can capture on a video all that well. I think I tried to last year. We caught a few people walking around with like flowers in their hand, and that was it. Jelly Bean says McDee's. I saw a video that I don't think you would like, Jelly Bean, on the Moon channel about how McDonald's is going to overtake Starbucks in the coffee department, eventually driving Starbucks out of business. I know them's fighting the words for you. Go sit in Love Park and drink a beer in the cold. Well, whoops. All right, Marge. Take care. When will the North Market be finished? I think it's supposed to open by the end of the year, actually. It's looking pretty good. I wish they didn't go with like the all glass look. It's very modern. But I think a brick facade might have suited it a little better. Looks like it could be any building on a modern college campus or suburban city hall civic type building. I like it, but it just doesn't give me St. Lawrence Market vibes. Justinsky says I'm in their mom's hood. This is Market Street. Pedestrianized in the summer. All right, Kevin, have a good day. All the way from Niagara Falls. Alex says hood. Yeah, hood's a common word, just to shorten neighborhood. There's no negative connotation with it, I think. I use it that way. I refer to Yonge and Eglinton as a hood. Greetings, DA. I forget if I already said hi to you. There is the Flatiron Building. And the CN Tower and Financial District in the backdrop.
What is it?
Back in the day, there would have been many a postcard from this position. I've ever been inside the Flatiron Building, only in the basement, in the Firkin. Watching Johnny Strides walk past our apartment. I've had people come out to their balconies before, or open their windows. I guess it's not doxing if you do it to yourself. Heck, I think Ken has showed where not only he lives, but also Megan on stream before. Some observant people may have figured out which building I live in. Greetings, Nancy. Rocky LaFueto is here. Welcome to what I think is the most European-looking stretch of the city of Toronto. Just this row of buildings here on the left. It's pretty much isolated to just this one spot. The Sultan's tent. These are gorgeous, gorgeous buildings. Look, we have a heritage plaque. 1873. Designated under the Toronto Heritage Act. More of these lovely buildings. No, I do not want a lesson in pronouncing Thai street names. Notice how 99.9% of the people don't complain. There is Berksea Park. We're not going to be going through Berksea Park. Can film some old houses to be bulldozed. I don't know, RJ Mackenzie. I think it is easily the most European-looking stretch of the city. I mean, it's nothing like Old Montreal, which I think is actually British by design, and not Parisian or French. Maybe Quebec City will be the next Canadian city I visit. I've been meaning to go there. There's the new CIBC Square Tower going up. Oh, and a Cafe Landwehr is moving in where there used to be a Franz. There's Biff's. Looks like it's all... Is Biff still there? What street am I on? We are going west on the south side of Front Street East. I guess I'm going to Union Station. Unfortunately, we're at the point where someone has opened up the faucets on my nose. So when we get to Union, we'll probably call it a stream. This is one of the reasons why I don't normally do bike or scooter streams in the cold. I can put the gear on and stay warm, but it's just the endless runny nose that makes it extremely challenging. I don't really want to be sniffling in my videos every 2 seconds. There's Look North up Yonge Street. Josephine says, why build a tower over a listed building? I don't know, but we have a massive housing shortage. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think the city needs to hold itself to higher standards approving that type of thing. Hockey Hall of Fame, where the Stanley lives. I saw the Stanley Cup at the old Hockey Hall of Fame once, down at the Exhibition Place grounds. That was way back. Fingers and toes are the first to go in the cold. I'm wearing Some nice warm merino wool socks. And my shoes aren't particularly warm either. They're just mesh trail running shoes. But the wool socks are doing their job, and these gloves are more than doing their job. Mute and blow. Muting is a lot easier when I don't have these big touchscreen gloves on. In about 5 minutes, we'll get to do just that though. We are approaching Bay Street. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, nationalballet.ca. I'll be back in this area tomorrow, going to the Metro Convention Center. Maybe I'll film a video over there. Thank you, Bill Johnson. There's the tower. FedEx says my package is coming between 10:30 and 2 p.m. So hopefully I can get home in time for it. I really hate FedEx. If they miss you, they'll often try again at the same time the next day, and I will not be there at the same time the next day. But this just about wraps things up. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Happy Valentine's Day. Huge thanks to those who sent support and super chats. Thanks to our mods for their great work, our channel members, Patreon supporters, and just everyone who tuned in. It was a lot of fun. My nose is turning into Niagara Falls right now. I should be live streaming tomorrow afternoon from the auto show. So do subscribe and click the bell to be notified when that stream goes live. If I don't, that means there's been like a technical problem or something along those lines. And there's a chance I might go live tonight, but that'll be from the comfort of my home. Yeah, there's a Pilot Coffee Roasters fan. Thank you so much, guys. Happy Valentine's Day. Sanjay in Kingston, Jillian, Hero Harmony, Sheena, Vivian, and everyone else. Hopefully my nose isn't running as I flip the camera around, but thank you so much. Stay warm, stay safe, and I will catch you on the next one. Yoink.